Joe, what do we mean when we talk about operational excellence?
At Softcat, operational excellence ultimately means running a mature IT operations within an organisation. It makes users more productive and happy because they can have access to technologies quicker. It makes IT easier to manage from having that full visibility and control. And you can optimise both on your time and money spent within IT to ultimately produce that positive ROI back into the business. So now we know what operational excellence is, in reality, what does this mean for businesses?
So for the businesses we work with, ultimately they're trying to mature their processes in lots of different areas to increase their operational efficiency. They're pulling from traditional ways of doing things, so ITAM is a good example of this, or IT asset management, and we use services and tools with our customers to be able to pull better data out of devices, out of applications, or out of the cloud as well. On top of that, we'd advise our customers to layer on digital experience management technologies. So this goes a step further than just grabbing the details about what something is and what it costs, and also look at how it's actually running in an organisation. So that could be from a PC perspective, how often it's blue screening, for example, or it could be something like on an application, how often it's used and how well it's performing. And you put those two bits together and you have a really good sense about what's happening in your organisation. But overlying all of that is your investments in service management. So it's the tools you use, but it's also how you use them that makes a big difference to helping your efficiency as an organisation. When we pair these right for customers, it allows them to drive better decisions about what they buy, where they prioritise their time, and it also allows them to see the gaps that they have in their maturity in this area as well. So they can look for which projects do we need to do to allow our users to be more productive, or where do we need to go in order to save such and such money from a licensing perspective. So these things all work in tandem, which is why we approach it as one area of operational excellence.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Specifically with asset management, we see a lot of customers come to us with the trouble or challenge around not having the visibility of assets or not having the visibility of what software is being used on a device. And the challenge around that back to the business is they don't understand what they're spending. So their costs could be increasing, could be not. And without that visibility, that control and that optimization, customers really don't understand what they have versus what they're spending. I suppose at Softcat as well, we're quite a tool agnostic business. You know, we have multiple technologies that we look after and we work with, and we have both proactive services that we can use as part of that, but also managed services as well. Taking the burden away from the customer who don't necessarily have the time to manage this sort of stuff, we can present back data to them based on how much money we've managed to save them in their estate, and also any gaps that we've managed to find from a visibility perspective.
Yeah, and I think that's a really good point actually, because it's not just our asset management where we're doing this. In digital experience management, and to a degree in service management as well, our customers are coming to us and saying, we want more back as a business from our suppliers when it comes to these areas. Frankly, if you just put the tool in, most of the time it doesn't work. And we have stats on this that 70% of centrally managed database projects fail, for example. So we've started to do more services where we give the outcome rather than just give the data. And that applies in digital experience management as well. It's a big market for our customers. But I think, truth be told, lots of people are just starting to skirt around the edges of what that means for them. And let alone when you then start to get into service management properly as well. Many of our customers are investing in service now, but aren't quite sure how to use it effectively. It's a very big product. And then with some other competitors that are really coming on stream on the market now as well, it's really hard to decide what you need to use in terms of tools and in terms of how you build it in your organization. It's going to be a very exciting world in the next few years for service management as well. You have AI coming online, and that will make it much easier for service desk agents to say, I need to do such and such, or I want to find out something about my organization, and that will become more integrated. But right now, enough of our customers are struggling to decide which tools to invest in on limited budgets, and that's where hopefully we can come in and talk to them about how to prioritize. Where's the data? How can you use it? And then how do you run and manage operations about it more effectively?